Good evening and welcome to the Lions Fan Cave Chat. I am your host, Smoking Jeremy B. I've got Von Doom, Chad, and Kneecap Villain Keegan with me. We're going to be talking a little Lions news today. I wish we were talking about the extension done for Amon-Ra St. Brown, which should be coming any second. But that being said, see what's popping in the chat. Anything yet? No, I'm waiting for some viewers. We got a couple viewers out there. See where they're watching from. Football Talk 265 and my channel too. So how's everybody doing tonight?
I think my brain's scrambled right now.
Your brain is scrambled?
Yep.
Gotcha. We got RX. What's up, Troy?
I think I'm confused right now at what we could do to best improve the defense. Because I'm not even worried about the offense. We'll have to look for an O-line somewhere, right?
Yep. Well, time to go live. Get this intro going.
Charles here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Body by Jeremy Campbell.
All right. Yes. Here we are. We got Von Doom, Chad Datima, and Kneecap Villain King. We got Detroit Fan Man in there. RXJ saying, hey, Von Doom. Ralph Williams of RW Media out of Pittsburgh saying hello, guys. And yes, that's the big news that dropped today that nobody's talking about. So let's talk about it. 3 cheers for Jalen Reeves-Maybin being the president of the NFLPA. I think it is the first time I've heard of an active Lions player being the president of the players' side of the union. Congratulations to him. How cool is that, though?
Awesome.
Shows that the league respects him. The players respect him. You got to love it.
Yeah. I mean, it helps that he was an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler in the same year as a core special teamer. I think it's the last time I've seen that. Who was the last core special teamer that was an All-Pro and a Pro Bowler in the same year?
Ooh. Was it a kicker?
I think it was Matthew Slater.
You're right. It was Matthew Slater from the Patriots.
Before
right?
that was Devin. Yes, and then before that wasn't Devin Hester.
Before that was Devin Hester.
Yep, Hester.
Highest paid special teams captain. I bet Justin Fields knows who he is now. He sure does. That being said, the other news is the Lions, along with 8 other teams, called to the Cleveland Browns to see about trading for cornerback Newsome. Nothing has been done as a deal with any of these teams yet, so I think they're trying to wait for the best offer, which any good team would do. Smoking Dad in the chat. I like it and hate the move at the same time. That's just me. Because I like the draft genius. I do. I like the draft genius having all his bullets.
I just want to point out, 2 weeks ago, I said this exact move they should make.
I understand you said it, but it isn't done, so we can't say it's done yet. But at least, and they also inquired about L'Jarius Sneed, and I noticed that those talks tabled just as quick as they started, so I'm quite sure the price is a lot higher than anybody thinks.
Yeah.
I was hearing 2 first rounds, but I think that's too much. I mean, Sneed's already franchised, right? They franchised him.
They
earlier.
franchised him at 19-1, so he have to be re-signed.
Yeah, and they're looking. What I heard is 2 first rounds, and that no way.
Yeah, I heard it was 2 first and a mid-round pick, like a third or fourth.
That's worse.
But how many trade and tags have actually worked out in the first couple of years they were done?
None.
I wouldn't. None. There's got to be at least a couple.
Ian's talked with the bad guy, John Copper. Fuck 2 first rounds, KC, 8 psychopaths. I love Jackson Powers Johnson, Dad. Plays all 3 spots of the interior O-line. There's another guy that does that too, Graham Barton. And then there's the other guy that plays every spot but center, which is Cooper Beebe. Those to me are 3 top interior O-linemen in the draft. And I'd be happy with any one. Because let's say all the good corners are gone and the good D tackles are gone. We know that the top edge guys, Darius Robinson's going to fall, guys. He didn't have that good of a combine. And I understand he's a Detroit guy, but he's actually a tweener. He played 3 years at defensive tackle. This was his first year at defensive end. So
Yeah.
he's a guy that is versatile, which is the type of guy that Brad Holmes likes. He should have tried out with the defensive tackles because he'd have been second fastest in defensive tackles. Yep, we would have to give up too much for Sneed. Absolutely. So
Latu's more of a Brad Holmes guy.
say what?
I
Latu?
said Latu. Yep.
Why? Because he's injury prone?
I wasn't even going to go that way, but yes, besides that, Brad Holmes loves the major guys coming out of the draft big time. But no, because he's multifaceted in his versatility. He's a pass rusher. He's a run stopper. Guy came back from almost freaking being paralyzed, showed that heart, that grit to continue.
Right. I mean, the grit part, yeah, showed that 100%.
And he's the best defensive end in the draft, technically.
Say what?
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just in 2 decades. I'm not used to drafting at 29. It's really confusing for me as a Lions fan. I mean, typically, we get the cream of the crop, and it's not that we can't get a good player there. But in my Nostradamus, if Brad Holmes trades up, he's trading up for an alignment. If he trades back, he's going to trade back for defense most likely. And it is a stacked O-line crop coming out. And in the first round, you can get a ready to play O-line guy. And with injuries and all of that kind of stuff, we're not re-signing help me out. We're not re-signing him. I do believe.
Well, they only got a couple of days to get a deal done with Glasgow or Jackson. They only got a couple of days.
Glasgow will be back. Does anybody believe Glasgow won't be back? Anybody?
He's not re-signed. He's got to be re-signed by Sunday. Free agency, the tampering period starts Monday. Anybody who's not re-signed is gone come Sunday night at midnight.
But does anybody believe we won't re-sign Glasgow by then?
I haven't heard of a single thing about anybody being re-signed yet. That's what I'm trying to let you.
He's trying to ask your opinion, JB.
I'm saying he hasn't been re-signed. If we were going to be re-signing him, and they've made it such a focus to keep this O-line group together, why aren't they done first?
JB, we can't afford to lose both. Okay?
I know, and I think we are. That's the problem. We already discussed that. The Lions and 9 other teams. And Detroit Fan Man says exactly what I said. It really looks like Glasgow and Jackson are going to test free agency. So that means we're going to need 2 guards in the draft. in the top 5 rounds.
Is there a chance that we can get him out of free agency though?
Glasgow is 100% a Lion, but we haven't signed him, guys. That's the problem. If you don't re-sign him before Sunday, he's a free agent.
How many people are knocking on Glasgow's door when free agency hits? I mean, really.
You got to think about it. There's a lot of fucking free agents out there. There's a lot of people that have O-line problems. You know who'd probably sign him in a heartbeat? Because he gave him the business? Chicago. They need a better interior O-lineman.
Chicago needs some. Miami needs some. The Patriots need some. The Jets, the Giants, the 49ers.
Washington Commanders.
Basically, all teams need interior line,
including the Lions.
Right. But for me, if I'm at 29, I'm seriously considering just going O-line there.
If you're going to get your guy, though, don't you got to trade up? Really, you need to trade up a few spots.
No, the interior guys, not the interior guys. They're all going to be there. All 3 of the guys I mentioned, except maybe JPJ, will be there at 29. Graham Barton will be there, and Cooper Beebe will be there for sure.
And you don't need JPJ, honestly. He's a luxury pick.
And who was it that just re-signed and got that ridiculously little deal at guard, like $8 million a year?
Ezra Cleveland.
Ezra Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
He took a peanuts deal on that thing because what they're saying for offensive guards this offseason, interior offensive line, you're looking at like 16 to 17 million. They're going to want cornerback money. They're going to get it.
Awesome.
The fuck was that?
Well,
you didn't hear it. Let me turn it up a little bit.
No, I don't.
Listen to the voice. You don't recognize it?
Awesome.
It was the one fan of the Springfield Isotopes in The Simpsons. Awesome. And JPJ would be the cat's ass. I think either him or Cooper Beebe, right there at 29, you fix a lot of problems with either one of those picks. JPJ can play all 3 spots on the interior O-line, and Cooper Beebe can play every spot but center.
But learning curve coming in as a rookie is going to be kind of rough, you know. There's going to be
all you got to do is go watch Kansas State versus Texas.
That's college ball.
I don't care. You're talking about a guy that everybody thinks is the next elite D tackle after the combine. Byron Murphy II got manhandled by Cooper Beebe.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, Beebe is projected early 2nd, late 1st. Could we trade down and still get him?
Who? Beebe?
Yeah.
Depends on what you're giving up on the trade down.
In a trade down, you're not going to give up a lot. You're going to be going to somebody at the probably at the top wants to grab a quarterback before one of those teams in front of them didn't get one. So you're probably looking at somewhere between 37 and 41 is who'd be trading up, in my opinion.
Do you think Minnesota is going to look to trade up? Do you really think they're going to pick a quarterback at 11?
I think they're going to pick a quarterback at 11, yes.
Rather it's JJ McCarthy or Bo Nix.
I've heard it was JJ McCarthy or Michael Penix. That's what I heard.
Oh.
Penix that's an early grab, don't you think? At 11, is it Penix an early grab, Jeremy?
What's that?
At 11, Penix, that's kind of an early grab for Penix, don't you think?
Why is it?
I mean, he is a quarterback, but he'll still be there later. So Minnesota is going to grab him, but who else is going to grab him?
Raiders.
No,
Possibly.
Raiders picking for him. Raiders
But-
picking the top 10. They're picking at 8. I just know that the report came out today that Fields is staying in Chicago because Foles has a generational boatload of picks coming for the first pick overall.
And isn't Cousins rumored in for the
For
Raiders?
No,
He's
for Atlanta.
rumored
Atlanta.
So it's Cousins and Fields rumored for Atlanta?
Yeah,
No.
but
Yeah.
They
before,
Foles shot down the trade today for Fields.
Do what?
Fields Foles announced today. Adam Schefter put out a report. Justin Fields is not being traded. Ryan Poles said he's got a generational type of trade offered for the number 1 pick. Justin Fields will be the quarterback of the Bears.
Great. So now we got Chicago barking up our ass.
I'm not worried about Justin Fields.
I mean, what's Sweat costing them? Like, isn't that like 28 million?
Yep, but they got a ton of them. So.
Yeah, but that 28 million's a lot, so that knocks that down. I'm more scared of Chicago than I am Green Bay. They have the draft capital to do so much, and they have available money.
Right, I understand that. I think they're still competing to be 3rd or 2nd place in the division.
then there's the wild card in the Vikings.
Vikings are not. They're last in the division this year.
That's what I said, they're like a wild card.
Unless they re-sign Cousins, they're not going to bring in a rookie quarterback and do anything. And I haven't seen that they're re-signing Cousins. I mean, I haven't seen serious talk about it.
Also, I'm tired of hearing that rookie quarterback bullshit because CJ Stroud proved that that's perfectly possible.
Yeah. Okay, but how many quarterbacks prove that? Name it. How many? You can count them on one hand. Count them on one hand.
There's one.
Doesn't matter,
And how many of them flop?
Chad,
Huh?
stop.
Yeah, Chad, shut the fuck up.
Every rookie season, one quarterback has a great year. Every rookie season. Period. Doesn't matter what round they're picked in. Good Lord. You got to stop with that. You keep going blah, 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 blah. You know, I'm just saying, you got to stop sometimes and just let somebody tell you why something does happen. Every year there's a rookie quarterback.
Yeah. All right. So Purdy had 2 pretty lucky years. You think Purdy's better than Goff? Anybody here? Anybody think Purdy's going to be better than Love?
Purdy already is better than Love. What are you talking about?
2 years, whatever. Love 1 year. Purdy's garbage.
1 year, you haven't even seen whether he's going to have a sophomore slump or not. He might be total dog shit next year. You don't know.
How are you going to say Goff or freaking Love are better than Purdy? 2 years, but nobody expects him to be anything, takes him to the NFC Championship and the Super Bowl. And why he's better than Goff is he's just as accurate, same noodle arm, but he can run.
Purdy's a product of the team around him.
So is Jared Goff. Both times Goff was good. He's been a product of what's around him.
He doesn't have the same.
No. Yeah, wait. I'm going to tell you right now. It's the exact same thing. Because guess what? The only time Purdy looked bad was when Trent Williams and Christian McCaffrey couldn't play and Christian McCaffrey couldn't run the ball. Guess what? When Frank Ragnow was out and we couldn't run the ball, Goff looked like shit. He's a product of the team around him.
That's what I said.
So's Goff. What we're saying.
Goff is the same thing. He's the exact same thing.
Except that Brock Purdy can run the ball when he needs to, whereas Goff can't.
Goff runs like a baby giraffe with a broken leg being dragged by a lion. I'm not wrong.
No, that's a good description of Goff.
And also, when Goff is under pressure, he was absolute dog shit all season.
Wrong. He's got the best numbers under. Go look, Jeremy. Pull it up. Pull it up.
No.
Pull it up.
No, stop. You listening right now. Last year, that was what it was in 2022-23. In 23-24,
last year.
I'm talking this year, right now. Jared Goff, by comparison, you look at it. His QBR when not under pressure was 128.3. His QBR under pressure this year was 62.5.
Goff's 2 worst games were against the Bears, okay? They were. His 2 were.
Yeah, they were. You're not even listening. Guess what? PFF put it out there. ESPN put it out there. Guess what? Jared Goff ranked under pressure this year. The 38th quarterback out of 38 starting quarterbacks under pressure. He was 38 out of 38.
Mm-hmm.
There was 38 different starting quarterbacks this year. And 4 of them started for the Cleveland Browns, and he was worse than all of them. He was worse than Bryce Young. He was worse than Daniel Jones. Under pressure. He was bottom of all 38 starters this past year.
Well, that's why I say freaking let him go. That's why I say don't extend him.
You were just telling me he was second best. That was last year. Extend Will Harris now. God Hatter's house. Please stop blaspheming.
I want Goff. I want to take Goff for next year, and if we have to, put the tag on him for the year after. Let him run his way out of town. But you know what? You know what? There's 24 other teams that would die to have Goff.
Out of 33 QBs who played at least 400 snaps 2 years ago, Goff was 30th in completion percentage, 40.7, 25th in QBR, 56.2, and tied for 20th in EPA, which is expected points added.
Trade his ass. Give me 2 first rounders. That's all I want.
Settle for a first and a fourth.
Okay, a first and a third.
No, I say a fourth. We don't have a fourth. We have 2/3. Give me a first and a fourth.
I think we'll have a fourth this year because I think Brad's going to trade back. I really do. Everybody in Detroit's going to be disappointed that they're going to be there all night and the Lions don't draft at all on the first night. And if they do draft on the first night, it's because there's somebody there he can't leave on the table, and he goes up and gets them. And then we lose 2 of our top 100 picks for 1 top 100 pick, which leaves us with 2 top 100 picks if we do that.
And Detroit Fan Man says the formula for getting Goff's best play is still clear. Have an effective run game and protect him well. Admittedly, that sounds exactly like Brock Purdy.
100% agreed.
Sounds exactly like Kirk Cousins. Sounds exactly like Jordan Love. Sounds exactly like Aaron Rodgers.
Well, Jeremy, why don't we open up an X threat for Goff because he hasn't had a real true X threat in 2 years. Other than JMO, and they don't.
You
And they
tell
don't
me you're going to trust him to be accurate over 50 yards with that wobbler he throws.
No, I don't trust him.
So then why get an X threat? If you ain't got a QB that can hit him, why get an X threat?
Target practice.
We already got a guy that can outrun everything he does who has to slow down
Yeah.
and turn around.
Yeah, what did he have? 20-some targets this year? What did J-Mo have? 22 targets or something? Which is sickening. We need somebody that could throw him the ball because the guy's like one of the fastest people in the NFL. What did he have? 22 targets?
Who?
J-Mo.
He caught 25 out of 39 targets.
So he had
And not-
39. He had
He
39
had-
all season.
He had 9 drops all year. So 5 of them were not his fault. But at the same time, how many times would he get a completion and it get called back due to a penalty? How many times?
A lot.
Yeah, I would say everybody's missing out. That there was plays that come off the board due to penalty.
Yep.
And that's the other reason why I don't want Josh Reynolds back. He's Goff's security blanket. He will take plays away from J-Mo, and that stops his development.
Goff likes his game underneath for the most part. He likes to play underneath.
No, that's not true because all of our long plays were play action to outside the hash over 20 yards every single pass. Sam
Well,
Laporta.
you're right. Actually, you're right. Who led the league in air yards per reception? Wasn't that Goff?
Yep. But at the same time, his deep ball accuracy wasn't as good as it was the year before.
Blame it on
Blame it on
those
what?
tiny hands. Blame it on those tiny hands.
No, he's got a noodle arm.
No, he's got tiny hands. His hands are like really little.
He has a 9.5-inch hand. Yes.
And I'm 13. My hands are 13 inches.
I know exactly what you're talking about, Lion King. You know, John Kepler, you guys can say what you want. If you slow it down, yeah, it looks like he wasn't touched.
You're okay.
Okay. But at the same time, you know, I'm just tired of this. J-Mo's a bust. Do this, do that. J-Mo didn't have a drop from week 7, which was his third start, right? Was it week 6? It was week 7. He didn't have a drop from week 7 all the way to the NFC Championship game. Not one drop.
Limited targets, but you're right. J-Mo wants the ball.
Yeah, but you know, he struggled his rookie year because he didn't get to work out in the offseason. And we get that. He came in, very first play he was thrown was a 41-yard touchdown pass. But for every 25 career receptions, every 6 times he touches the ball, whether it's running or passing, it's a touchdown. How crazy is that?
Tells you Brad knows how to draft and develop.
When you're shoved down, you can, John. Go watch it at full speed, not at play-by-play. He was shoved down with a forearm shiver by the safety. Got him right in the back. Everybody says, oh, that's incidental contact. I was like, his jersey depressor went into his back.
He still should have caught it, though. We all
I
agree on
understand he
that.
should have caught it, but he was falling to the ground with a guy on his back.
Yeah.
Also, I'm going to say this about JMO. It has nothing to do with where he was drafted or being developed, because I still don't think he developed him at all. It's just you can't teach speed.
Right.
Just like Al Davis used to say, speed kills. Draft the fastest guys because eventually they're going to catch something because they're going to be wide open with nobody near them.
Mm-hmm. You're
Hey,
absolutely
Chad.
right.
You said that JMO wants the ball. Yes,
He wants
he does. But every time he gets a huge play, it gets called back because of a flag.
and that's usually on the offensive line for holding.
Or one of the running backs for holding behind the play, or a tight end holding behind the play. Or one was hands to the face on, who was that? Wasn't that Glasgow?
No, it was
Yeah.
Glasgow. No,
Yes, it was.
was it Glasgow?
That was on Glasgow. Hands to the face.
Of course, it's going to go bye-bye, John. But also, JB, do you know why you get those penalties on the offensive line? Because Goff's got a noodle arm. They know he needs the time to wind up and get a good running start to throw the ball deep enough for JMO.
Right. Go look at that Tampa Bay pass. Where he threw it was 4 yards to the right of where JMO was going. He had to turn, slow down, and turn toward it. The only time Goff has a laser, it's under 20 yards.
I'd go give him a few more yards more than that. I'd give him a little more than 20.
I guarantee you.
It's
And
not
only
much more than that.
It's not much more than 20 yards. It's 20 yards or less. I guarantee it. Go back and watch all last year because I did. Everything over 20 yards, there's a total different speed to it.
So, how about this? I had guys today telling me that they want you to trade Hooker, let Goff run out, and draft Joe Milton because Joe Milton's got that cannon. And I was like, Joe Milton is the exact opposite of Jared Goff. When it's a deep pass, he's got this huge cannon, goes fast as shit. But when it's on the stuff inside the 20, he throws a pillow.
Hooker has a cannon. Hooker has a gun.
I'm not talking about his arm. We're talking about Joe Milton because Lions fans were in that. Like,
But you said to
on their high
trade
horse.
Hooker.
Yes, because that was the exact scenario.
No, we ain't trading Hooker.
No, I know. It makes no sense to trade Hooker. Why would you want to trade somebody in the second year of his contract, and when it's going to cost you $5 million more than he makes in dead cap?
And we know Hooker is training as we speak with Bridgewater. Hooker is staying at Bridgewater's place in Florida working out. Bridgewater's like grooming him. You guys know that, right?
To be a career backup like he was?
No, Bridgewater was only a career backup because Minnesota's a shitty organization and he got injured. Bridgewater got injured. That's how he became a career. And when Bridgewater came out for Tampa? He did just fine after when he came in. And wasn't it Tampa, Jeremy? Who was Bridgewater with? He took him to the playoffs.
New Orleans.
Yeah, with New Orleans. He took him to the playoffs.
Drew Brees was hurt. He went 5-1.
Yeah, that's what it was. Brees got injured and Bridgewater came in and carried them to the playoffs.
Well, and after he had the one loss where he had the 3 picks, was that the end of that 6? Playoffs? We're talking about playoffs? And Aaron McKinley, I agree. I want to keep Hooker, let him develop this year, and just let Goff walk into the sunset next year. That's what I want.
We all know we're making the playoffs with Goff this year. That's not a question.
Yes, it is a question. Have you looked at our schedule? We're playing all the number 1 teams, every single division winner.
So is Green Bay. Bay.
They're not playing every division winner. They play all the second place teams.
No.
They only play 2 division winners.
We play San Fran. We play. Name them. Name the division winner. We play San Fran.
Kansas City.
We don't play Kansas City again, do we?
Yes, we do. We were first place in our division. We play them again this year.
Yeah. And then we get Dallas at Dallas for a 3rd year in a row. How the fuck did that work out? What the?
Yeah.
I don't get that. Dallas should come to us every now and then. No,
We all agree.
Oh, so we play Tampa again? So we play Tampa Bay again, right?
Yep.
Good. Looking forward to that one. So
NFC East is Dallas. So
and then
yep,
we play the Houstons again. We play
the Texans this year.
the Texans again.
Yep. We play the Bills.
I'm not scared of that.
I don't know. They beat us in our house last time on Thanksgiving.
That was 2 years ago.
Right.
That was also before the Bills' mass exodus of everybody this offseason.
I know. But I'm just saying they are a decent team. They still play good defense. And granted, they got rid of 3/4 of their
So do the
starting.
Chicago Bears play good defense.
I understand. But I'm not scared of their offense. Tell me you're scared of their offense.
All I'm scared of is Fields. That's it.
I don't know why you're scared of Fields.
Because the dude can take off at any time for 30 or 40 yards at any time.
It won them one game because their defense finally stopped us.
Is that against the Lions? Or was that the 3 interceptions by Goff that they won that?
No, the 3 interceptions by Goff. We won that game.
What was the other one? We had a lot of turnovers in the other one, too, that we lost.
The Packers game we lost.
No, the one we lost to Chicago. We had a bunch of turnovers.
Not really. He had 2 picks. That's it. And all the fumbles, just like against the Packers.
Well, those are turnovers.
The game we had all the turnovers, the 4 turnover game, was the game we were down by 19 points and come back and won.
Against Chicago.
Mm-hmm. We won the game he had all the turnovers. That's the crazy thing.
Yeah, because didn't our defense come up big and let us get the ball back, and we just were on a tear?
Yep.
No, it seems like somebody kicked the ball out of the end zone for a safety or something.
That was at the end of the game. We're talking about during the game.
The game was still Chicago still could have won it if they could have held us. After that,
we already had the lead. We already had the lead. We already had the lead. The safety gave us 2 more points.
Yeah.
They were trying to drive down to get a field goal to win. We were only winning by 1 point at that point. We had already come back and taken the lead.
And then the dummy kicks the ball out of the end zone for a safety. That's another thing I don't understand. What's the argument? If you fumble through the end zone, it's a touchback. It should be a safety. But people want, if you fumble through the end zone, that, well, they still get to keep the ball. It's just a penalty. I don't get it. If you run out of bounds in the end zone, it's a safety. If you kick the ball through the end zone, it's a safety. But if you fumble it through the end zone, it's not. If you fumble the ball out of bounds anywhere else, you retain possession.
Wait, it's if it goes out of bounds through the end zone, it's a safety. There's a big difference there. If you fumble it, fall on it, and then you get tackled, it's a safety. If the other team covers it, it's a touchdown.
Wasn't the ball fumbled out of the end zone by Dallas? And it was called a touchback?
That's going into the end zone for a touchdown.
Yeah. He fumbled it inbound.
But it went through the end zone and out the sideline when they're trying to score. So it had to go back to the 20.
I'm glad they didn't change the rule.
That being said, hey, Keegan, you ready to pull up some fun?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Mock draft time. We're going to do all 7 rounds. We're doing it without trades for one and with trades with the other.
That's
We basically covered all the news. I'm just saying, I'm not a golf homer. I'm not a golf slappy. He's a good quarterback when he has a clean pocket. That's all I got to say.
He's a game manager, right?
He is. He's not the. He's Alex Smith without the athleticism.
Or the broken leg.
I'm not talking about at the end of his career. I'm talking
Take
about
away that freaking offensive line, and Goff's the exact same as that with the broken leg and all.
All right.
Keegan, I'm drafting for my Giants just because fuck it. I'm drafting for my Giants.
Okay. He wants to draft for his Giants, Keegan.
We'll do it all in one mock.
Yeah, Giants and Lions together. One without trades first, and then one with trades.
Yep. 7 and fast. Perfect.
Yep. Perfect.
Draft. All right, Leonard.
Hey, look, you get pick. You got 2 draft trades.
Reject.
Yep.
Reject it all. Drake May's my pick.
Reject.
Another quarterback from a basketball school. Let's go.
Mitch Trubisky 2.0 to the Giants.
You know what, though? The other best player in Giants history came from North Carolina.
Why is it going so slow?
I think he's got it on regular speed.
Oh, he hit.
No, I have it on fast. Lately, this website has been slow.
But do you got the screen reduced or something? Because it's like not as big as it usually is in there. I can barely read it with my glasses on. I'm like going, what the hell is that thing?
Oh, it's because it's going slow. That's why. I was going to say, Jerzon Newton there, still on the board. I was like, holy shit.
There he went.
Where did Quinyon Mitchell go from Toledo?
He went like at 15.
15.
Yep.
Damn it.
All right. Looks like it's
best player available right now. I'm going Byron.
Yep. Remember, we're doing this without knowing what we got in free agency because we just don't know what's going to happen.
All right, Leonard, Giants.
Let me see here. Jordan Morgan.
Yep. I knew what as soon as I saw it, I knew that's what he was taking.
I'm on my phone, so I can't see it. Guard or tackle? Who's the best available at 29 on this?
It was Graham Barton.
And he's
not drafting tackle early. We don't need a tackle early. I don't know why you keep saying that.
Yeah, King. Yeah, that was my guy, Jordan Morgan.
Yeah, no, it was taken.
Yeah, your computer's lagging is what it is. Because I've never had it go that slow.
I'm not sure.
The past few days has gone slow for me, actually.
Mike the Bear fan, you're absolutely right. I saw that Fields is staying in Chicago. Adam Schefter put out a tweet that Ryan Prohl reported that he's getting a generational haul of picks.
Cooper
does that mean he's trading the number 1 overall pick?
He's trading the number 1 overall pick again.
And then they could trade the 9th too and even get more of a haul.
Yeah, but they don't need to. At 9, they're going to be able to get somebody they need right away.
Yeah.
But they could take 9 and trade down to 12 or 14 and still get who they want, probably.
I believe they're going to probably get that
There we
trade
go.
automatic.
All right.
Ooh,
Lines are up.
I know. I'm looking. Oh, why you just scroll so fast? Okay.
I'm not trying to. I was trying to go slow.
I'm going to get hated for this. BB's gone. Ben Sinnott.
Yes.
Same here. God dang.
Yeah, your computer's lagging is what it is. Because even your mouse is moving slow across it. You got other tabs open?
Just
the.
put a
No, what I.
just put a piece of cheese there, Jeremy. The mouse will get there.
All right, Leonard.
Let's see. Xavier Leggett.
Leggett.
Yep.
Ooh. What the heck?
Yeah, I mean your computer is what's lagging out.
All right, lines are up.
All right. Just click out of it. Anywhere. All right. Marshawn Nealon.
All right. Yep.
Yeah, even your video's getting choppy. It's your computer there, Keegan. Oh, what the heck happened here?
Nothing. That's clicking. There we go. Can you still see the screen?
Barely. Yeah. No, they have an Orlando Escorbano Jr. That usually happens on Tuesdays when they finally update it. But they usually don't update it till about 3 or 4 days into the pro days. That's when all the rankings shift. They've updated some of the lower players and moved them up because people did so bad. Who'd we take so far? We got Byron Murphy the second, Ben Sinnott, and Marshawn Nealon out of Western. Dom DeRubis, we're coming on pick 92 as soon as it gets there.
I can't read the pick. What positions are they, Jeremy?
That we need?
No, what
Or
position do they have us picking?
We're picking at 92 right now.
Yeah, but what position are we picking? Does it show?
It depends on what's on the board.
Yeah. We'll tell you.
Tom, go to the show chat. The link is there.
All right.
Right. So we're looking at
Fucking go, Dom.
DJ James out of Auburn. Number 90
DJ
down
James.
there. You didn't even have to move it. It was on the screen. I just the way your thing's lagging out. I'm afraid for you to move anything right now.
I know. There goes Johnny Wilson.
Can't believe Blake Corum's on the board still. Hey, he won't be now.
Leonard.
Ooh, this is hard not to take that Notre Dame running back kid, but he's a fucking bum. So give me Blake Corum.
I'll be right back.
Blake Corum.
Yeah, give me Corum.
All right. After this mock, I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna be right back on.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. You mean I still haven't missed a pick for the Lions?
Nope. All right, Leonard. He's still there.
Still have-
Fuck, I wish I did take freaking Blake Corum now. Give me Jalen Wright. I'll take him too. We'll go two-headed monster running back style.
Not gonna have any faith in Eric Gray, huh?
Dude, he runs so stupid.
So Quorum's there for the Lions. Holy shit! We could
No.
actually draft him.
He ain't there. Corum's gone.
Yeah.
He went in the 4th round. We don't have a 4th round pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, hey, operative words.
If
Fuck.
Quorum was there, they'd be dumb not to take him.
Corum would be a wasted pick.
I know
in
who
Detroit
I'm
'cause you don't
taking
need him.
here.
You have Monty and Gibbs.
Dude,
He'd
you
be
got
a
you get
pick here.
injuries and
Okay,
Monty's only here for
Charles Smith Wade.
another guaranteed
Fuck you.
year.
No, Zach Zenner.
Sure,
Take
or you
Zach
want to go
Zenner.
guard here?
I want to
Yeah.
go Zach Zenner
I like Zach.
in the
I know.
5th round. That's
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Chad Wade Smith there'd be a freaking steal too, though.
yeah, either one. But I like Zach Zenner because we haven't taken a guard yet. And we
Yeah,
don't pick
no.
a 7.
We get Zenner in the 5th round. That's a A. That's an A grade.
Should be.
There goes
Oh, there went
Luke.
McCaffrey. You could add Luke McCaffrey there, Leonard.
Meh.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm happy with what I have so far.
I know. I'm just giving you. Eric Holt.
All right, Leonard.
Look who's still there for you. It'd be a steal in this round.
Not
Audric
happy.
Estime.
Let me go see wide receivers. I've got 2 running backs already in this draft. I don't need a third.
Receivers.
Yes, please.
Jaquan Jackson.
No.
Jordan.
Go defense, and let me see the edge.
Come on now.
Xavier Thomas.
Say it's either Xavier Thomas or Tilapia Fatui. Tilapia Fatui. Okay, go back to All Forest. I want to see who's there when we get there. Damn, there went Christian Boyd. Okay, where are we again? Oh, it lagged out again.
All right, here we are.
Mohamed Kamara. I'm not even thinking about it.
One of Dion's boys.
Yep. He had a good combine. Ask Leonard.
He did have a really good combine. I know it only doesn't matter for
He did,
me
yeah.
on these guys seeing their 10-yard split and then the fucking hoop drill. And the guy's got good bend. He gets very parallel to the ground.
The guy that we had a meeting with just went.
Which one? Spriggers?
No,
Drake.
Sion Vakai.
Oh, who? Yep, Houston was
Safety,
Dion's
Sion
boy.
Vakai.
Oh, Sioki Vati.
Dr. Huntington, we'll make
Yeah.
your paycheck bill.
B-A-I-T-I is just Vati. Yep.
Oh.
We're almost to our pick because Leonard's done finally. So we don't have to stop every 10 picks to let Leonard pick one.
Yeah, I know. You don't want to see what a real draft looks like.
When you get there,
Rolando Escobar Jr. Yes, the problem was one of Dion's boys from Jackson State as well.
go straight to defense, cornerback, and pick number 303.
Wasn't James Houston on last chance U as well?
Yes, he was. With that, in the one of the first 2 years, if I remember right.
Yeah.
The last 2 years was kind of stupid when they went to the ones that were in the Midwest. Did you go to corner yet?
Oh, I didn't hear you ask that.
I said go to defense and go to corner, and then Leonard asked you a question. You said okay. You answered me.
Oh.
And scroll down to it says 303. There it is.
Stickers?
Yep. And now we just got to wait for it to finish out. I wish it was the way to make it go zoom right to the end. What kind of prospect is that wide receiver
I'm
for
going to.
He doesn't come out till next year, if I remember right.
Oh,
Okay. So we took Byron Murphy, Ben Sinnott, Marshawn Nealon, DJ. Yeah. I'm trying to read off. Come on now. Byron Murphy at the first pick at 29, Ben Sinnott at 61, Marshawn Nealon at 73, Nealon, excuse me. DJ James, cornerback out of Auburn at 92, Zach Zinner out of Michigan, Mohamed Kamara out of Colorado State, and Quantez Striggers from the Argos in the Canadian Football League. They're Rookie of the Year and interception leader in that league.
So, Jeremy, what do you think it costs us to move up?
Hang on a second. Didn't we have 2 seconds?
What?
What do
you
you
talking
think
about?
it cost us, Jeremy, to move up 9 spots in the first round? What's that going to cost to move up 9 spots? Because the quality will get up there at 20.
You're probably looking at least a first and either a future third or second with it.
So if we moved up to 20, we would have to give them 29 and what?
Either a second or third for next year.
What could we get at 20?
We might get Cooper DeJean. We might get Jerzon Newton. There's all sorts of things. But I think it's smarter to stay where you're at. And if no one's there that you want, you trade back and get a haul.
Okay. So if we trade 29,
All right,
say to
Leno,
Minnesota.
This is your
Go ahead.
draft.
Go ahead. I'll ask this later.
Yep. All right. Drake May at 6. Jordan Morgan, offensive tackle out of Arizona at 39. Cooper Beebe at 47. Xavier Leggett, Blake Corum, Jalen Wright, and Xavier Thomas. He wishes that's the way we go.
Yeah, pretty much. Outside of Blake Corum, I'm not really the biggest fan of him in general because I think he's just a slower version of Ray Rice with shorter arms. And I think he might be a problem in the locker room with the smell of poop coming off him because he can't wipe his ass because his arms are T-Rex style.
All right. And now let's go back and do one more. And this time we're taking trades.
All right.
I
don't think Murphy or Worthy would be there at 29, honestly. I think they're both going to go a little higher. Some idiot's going to reach for Worthy, and Murphy's worth higher than that.
Yep. The guy I want, if he's there, is Adonai, but he went like one pick before us this time. If I'm taking a wide receiver, that's the one.
I'm curious if we trade back with Minnesota to what would that be, 42 or 43? What will we get to go from 29 or not?
Next year's first.
We'd get probably next year's first in that pick, or we'd end up with a second, a fourth, and a sixth, possibly a seventh. Well, you are legging out bad. You want me to run one?
I think I got it. It just took it for a while. Took a minute.
You got something running in the back room dragging down the ram is what causes that.
I mean, isn't there a good chance we trade
nothing.
back? I mean, there really is. Probably more of a chance we trade back than trade up.
There is more of a chance we trade back. I've said that all along. Just
Yeah.
trading up. Trading up, if you're going to trade up, you have to have the right trade partner. And the only one we have the magical talisman with is Minnesota.
We're not trading up to, what is it, 11 or 10? We're not trading up.
No, I don't think we'll trade that far. But we did it from 32 before. But we gave up 32, 34, and 97. But we got back a third that was earlier. And we got the 12, and it actually worked out that year.
Right, but we had the picks in hand. It wasn't future. We had the picks in hand to do that, right?
Right. You taking that trade?
If you don't have the picks in hand, it's going to cost you more.
Trade, though. Wait a minute. Look at that. Pick 10. You're only going back 4 spots.
It's the Jets. I don't care.
Okay, fine. Project it then.
I want to hear this.
Trade. Good Lord.
Did he just close them all out?
Yeah, he did, but they're still there. The trade offers are on the board. It's just his computer is lagging out bad. Let me just run one. I'll do it. Screw it.
Okay.
It's just it takes too long. Give me just a minute and I'll have it
Yeah.
up.
Where are we an hour and 4 in, Jeremy? We got time.
Yeah, I know, but I got stuff I want to do.
I'm messing with you, bud.
Yep.
No.
over here. The screen.
What's Von Duke got on that profile pic? Is that Ohio State bug spray or something?
No, that is the Michigan National Championship thing and a Lions Arctic camo.
Looks like a can of bug spray. At least on the phone.
All right. Let me get to the other screen and I'll run it real quick.
Yeah, we know Minnesota is willing to trade with us because they've done it before.
Yeah.
For us, if we move back to their second round pick, is it worth it?
Hey, yeah, that's a little faster. Okay, the Raiders are offering 13 and 44 for 6 and 182, and that's your only trade offer.
Who's on the board? Let's see.
Fashanu, the tackles on the board. Brock.
Accept that trade.
Accept it?
Yep.
You want it?
Yeah, I do that all day.
I'm on the second. Oh, the third, second there.
You're only moving back.
You're giving up the 140. Got another trade here. All the way back at 32, but you're getting next year, second and third. You're getting the 32, the 64, and the 95. Holy crap. That's not bad. And your other one is pick 18 and 49 for 13 and 106. You want any of these trades?
Run the last one, Jason. I mean, Jeremy.
Chad, stop. I'm trying to hear him.
I know. I want to hear what you just said. What would that trade be? You broke up.
I'm trying to hear Leonard. He's trying to accept the trade, and I'll tell you what the trade is. Which one do you want, Leonard?
I want the last one, the 18 and 49.
49. Okay. So you're trading back to 18. You're getting pick 49 and giving up 106.
Yeah, I really didn't want to give anything to help Patrick Mahomes because fuck him.
And now you're up again.
Reject. Absolutely reject.
Okay. JJ McCarthy, there he is.
Jared Verse.
All right. All right. We got to pick 34 and next year's fourth. That's not good enough. And that's not good either. I'm not taking either one of them. Because guess who we're getting? Kool-Aid McKinstry.
Just for the name, yes. Just for the name, yes.
Why do you say no?
It's either Kool-Aid or Graham Barton in that position, that situation right there, based off of what you need.
Right.
I say no because Kool-Aid is a problem in the locker room, and he doesn't try and practice.
And he's not that big, isn't he? Like 5'10"?
5'11" and 200.
Okay.
He's bigger.
He's not. All right. That's better. That's better.
So what, you'd go Graham Barton then?
Graham Barton or trade back.
The trades were awful.
Oh. I'll take Graham Barton then.
39 for 51 and 84 from Pittsburgh. That's your only trade offer.
I don't want it.
You're getting a second and a third. Do you want it or no?
No.
Nope. I'll take McCarthy right here.
That was a steal. All right, 44 for 52 and next year's third.
Nope.
Who do you want to hear?
Right here, I think I'm going to take Darius Robinson.
Wow, you just took an edge. I'd have taken Zach Frazier myself.
We lost both of our freaking defensive ends too.
Okay.
Don't you still have Thibodeau?
Oh, look at the Hall Jackson offering. Reject.
Okay. Rejecting it. Reject that too. You'll see what I'm gonna do. Okay. Now I'll take Zach Frazier. Reject. Reject. Give me Troy Benson.
Holy crap.
What, JV?
Holy crap. Chris Jenkins
Is undone, yes. The Lions are interested in Greg Newsom along with 8 other teams. He's proven, and they need to lose some cap over there.
Hey, you're up.
I'm looking. Who did we just take?
Get it, my dude.
Who? Xavier Legette.
Okay. And Keegan asked who the Lions had just picked.
I'll show you in a second. We took Chris Jenkins.
Oh, good pickup. Yeah.
And here. How can he?
He's right there for us.
Who?
Sanat.
Sanat, however you say it. I know, but I was trying to.
I could retire right now and have the greatest draft in history.
All right. I don't like that trade.
Yeah, no, right.
Is undone. Yes, he's actually very good. He can play man, he can play zone, and he can tackle. They just need to cut cap, and they got him on the 5th-year option deal right now.
Here you go. So numbers I'm taking.
He's got a big number.
Mike Sandersville.
Mike Sandersville. Okay. You left James Williams on the board and went Sandersville. Okay. I can get behind that.
Yep.
Chow Wade Smith.
Oh, you do want. Okay. Yeah, Zender just went off the board too.
Where did he go off the board at? At what pick?
2 picks before us, 161.
Fuck.
All right.
I'd like to get him.
I know. So he took Graham Barton. So we're...
How are we looking at edge?
I don't think he took one yet.
Oh, who?
You guys. Yes, you guys were. Did you take an edge rusher yet or no?
Doing it right now.
Okay. Is undone. How do I feel about Wilson talking to the Giants? The fact that he's willing to take a vet minimum deal right now, it doesn't hurt me as bad as it would if we had to take on like his $50 million contract. If we could bring in a vet and still draft a rookie and get the guy, like the fans and everything, to get off with a need for a first-round quarterback this year, I'm fine with it. And honestly, I'd rather Russell Wilson get destroyed behind that offensive line than any rookie this year.
I don't know. I want Zach Zenner bad, but I'm not spending our 3rd-round pick on him. It's just too early.
We're on the last pick.
And we don't have a 4th. I really would like him. I think he could solidify a lot.
There he is. So the Lions take Graham Barton, Chris Jenkins, Ben Sinnott, Mike Sandersville, Cedric Johnson, Drake Nugent, and Joshua Carty.
Oh, that's not a bad draft. Is a dud, not that I'm done on Daniel Jones. I don't think he should play anymore because he's had 2 neck injuries and then he tears his ACL. Just out of like pure durability and me not wanting to see the guy end up almost paralyzed, like what happened with David Wilson for us, I think he should retire.
We had a guy like that. His name was Zach Follett. We got him in the 6th round, and he got paralyzed.
I'm closing that out.
Yeah, ours was a first-round running back out of West Virginia, or regular Virginia. Yeah, Virginia was.
I don't say center. I say center. I don't have teeth, dude.
Do you guys remember Follett, the 6th-round pick? He was on special teams mostly, earning his way, and
The last
broke his
real
neck.
big and pull in football.
What a draft, Lemmer.
Right?
Yeah, but we all know that it's not going to work out that way.
It never
But
does.
it's fun. It's fun. It's fun to look at it. I want Zenter, man. How are we going to get him in the third? Third's too early.
It's too early. We got to trade back. We got to have a trade back
Yeah.
and get a first out of
So
it.
we
That's why I
trade,
say a fourth round. Trade out of the first, get a second and a
Yeah.
fourth, and maybe
and we can get Zenner in the 4th. If we get an early 4th, we can get Zenner, and that will
Let me ask
help.
you this: if Zenner isn't hurt, you're not even talking about him in the third. You're talking about end of first, beginning of second. So if you have to spend a third on him, is it really that big of a deal?
Yeah. Yeah, there's too many other names out there.
2 first-round picks undone.
Okay,
They want 2
so there's
round
other names there, but you'd be getting a late first, early second round talent in the third round just because he had that injury that he's almost healed from. That'll be ready for camp.
Yeah, but we're not.
usually-
He won't start though. He'll just be a rotational piece.
He would absolutely start because you don't have guards.
As soon as he's healthy,
Really?
he starts. We're not going to have Glasgow or Jonah. That's what I'm trying to
No,
tell
I
you.
think we'll have Glasgow. Jeremy, I think we'll sign Glasgow for $7 million a year.
We'd already heard about it.
That man's going to make 10 plus in free agency.
Mm-hmm.
What have they been doing with Sorsdahl? We don't have a clue what they're doing with him. He's still
he
on the
brought him.
team.
He's a rookie. Yeah,
I know.
He just developed a little bit. He's not ready to start. He was bad.
No, but he's ready for fill-in. He's ready for emergency purpose.
Right. That's what he is. He's a backup.
Hey,
So
is
now-
undone.
He could
Yeah.
develop.
Snead says he wants $20 million plus a year. The Chiefs want a first round pick. We heard it's 2 first rounds they want. But
Snead-
if Snead plays on that franchise tag, that's 19.3 this year. So if they were to tag him next year, then it was 23.3. Why would he even freaking question taking why would he even want to take a $20 million contract when he's poised to make over 40 playing on the tag over the next 2 years?
You just answered your own question because Snead isn't signing for $20 million a year. He's going to be plus that by several million. He's
Guess
not.
what?
Snead is
Hey,
not taking it.
Dad,
Go ahead,
he
Jeremy.
said he wants $20 million a year. Snead said that himself because that's more than Jalen Ramsey.
And I'm just saying that it's stupid to take a deal that low when he's poised to make more money. Same thing with Jalen Johnson, who just signed that freaking 4-year 75 or whatever it was.
76. Yep.
Yeah, because he was poised to make more just playing a franchise tag the next 2 years. Or if they didn't tag him next year, going to free agency and get a bigger bag.
I like Snead. I just don't see it happening with Detroit.
I don't either because we heard about it as soon as he got tagged. What was it, Tuesday? We heard they talked to him on Wednesday, and we haven't heard another peep since.
And exactly, and you're talking about the money, but what about the draft capital it's going to cost for the trade? Because franchise.
Chad, I said this.
No, I wasn't talking to you, Jeremy. I was talking to Vaughn.
Newsom has 9 teams interested in him. Cleveland's going to take whichever team gives them the best deal. You watch. And I'm not saying it's Detroit. I'm not saying it's not Detroit. They're looking for the best deal they can get, as every GM should.
I see Brad looking for the bargain and going for White. I can honestly see that. Dan Gamble and Brad Gamble, I can see them taking a shot at White.
I don't like it.
You might not like it, but there's a lot of moves that you didn't like that they made.
I'm tired of injury-prone players. And the one I called out immediately was Mosley. And I said, I like CJGJ, and I didn't like his mouth, is what I said right from jump.
Well,
yeah.
Bye CJGJ. CD Deuce is gone. You know that.
I know.
We're not
So's Glasgow and Jonah Jackson.
I don't think Glasgow's gone. I think he's back, Jeremy.
You're being delusional. The writing's on the wall.
How am I delusional?
Jadobi had one injury.
JB, isn't there a chance that we can match a bid for Graham?
Say what?
Is there a chance that we can match a bid for Graham?
And if we do, don't we get a compensatory if we lose him? Isn't there a compensatory there if we bid for Graham and we don't get him?
No.
There's no compensatory.
No.
Why?
Because he came here as a free agent. He's leaving as a free agent. Signed Stephen Gilmore. Oh yeah, let's sign a 33-year-old who's getting slower and his play is actually degrading.
I'll give $3 million for Gilmore.
That's your answer for everybody. It's $3 million, Chad. It doesn't work that way.
I know. I'm just saying. I'll give $3 million for Gilmore. Bring him in.
1.5 bet minimum.
He won't do that. Gilmore will get more than that.
Think so?
Okay.
Yeah, wouldn't he? Jeremy wouldn't.
Gilmore is probably going to get closer to $10 million.
I doubt it because he had like a 1.8. I mean, 100.
Does he have takers? That's the thing.
Okay. Well, it's time for me to do the sponsors and get out of here. That's our favorite. No, it's not before. This is my show. Stop. It's time for our favorite sponsor. It's FTP. No, it's not the florist. No, it's not Free the Puppy. It's not Flog the Purpose. It's not Fred the Prick. What is it, guys?
Fuck the Packers.
Yes, sir.
And fuck the Panthers.
Oh, yeah, I've forgiven the Bears. It's fuck the Bears and fuck Skull. Fudge the Packers, Mackinac style. I love it. All right, and then my other sponsor, Gloss Negron, the best window tinter in Saginaw. Call him today. Schedule your appointment. He also does window auto detailing. 989-443-9240. Located at 409 Hamilton Street in Saginaw. Check him out. Mention this ad. It'll give you a deal. And then, of course, my favorite one, Brandon Service, the place where I manage. 810-233-8230. Located at the corner of South Saginaw and West Atherton Road in Flint, Michigan. 602 West Atherton Road is the address. Come on in. We have new and used tires at a great price. Used tires start at $40 and up, depending on the size and the quality of tire. And I have to call to get the quote on tires because it changes just as quick as Biden falls asleep before he walks up to the plane. This has been a great show. And as you can see, those are coming up on our site soon. $25 a piece. Those are some excellent tumblers. They come with the metal straw, the whole 9 yards. That's a shipped price for $25. We have the one for the Lady Lions fan in your life. We have FTP. We got F the Bears. And we got the villain one.
All you're missing are the skull.
Yeah, but you know what? The Vikings really don't bother anybody. Their fans are kind of quiet and timid. That's why I didn't feel a need for a fuck them.
They're starting to come to the woodworks now.
There's a couple nice Viking fans. You know, like the Sarahs in the world, but most of the Viking fans they're jerks.
If it's Stanley, wife would go nuts. Well, thank you to everybody in the chat. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody. My next show will be Monday morning at 11 a.m. when I will do the update of all the tampering signings that's been done.
Hey, we could do Stanley, but they're just so fucking expensive for those cups that I was like, who the hell's going to want to pay $100 for a goddamn cup because those things cost so damn much?
Right. So 11 a.m. Monday through Friday, I do the Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B and Von Doom. And then Monday, Wednesday, and Friday nights are my primetime show. And from now on, they will be at 9 o'clock.
Can we get a reverse heart, Jeremy? I saw you do the first one. Do the reverse.
The reverse?
Now the reverse. Now the reverse. Oh, you got to put them down like a heart. That looks like Illuminati.
Yeah, that
No,
looks like
you
a
got to point your fingers down like a heart. That's Illuminati.
I'm not doing
There
that.
you go. There you go. You got it. Good job, bud. I had fun.
Yep. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night. Ball sacks. The chicks don't care.
Ball sacks. Ball sacks. Did you say ball sacks?
Yes, that's what it says in the chat right there. Ball sacks. That being said,